a matter of national importance. And Mr. Speaker, it becomes even more grievous because the complainant is the Deputy Inspector General of the Police, and that is Lagat, who, Mr. Speaker, has been reported to be perpetrating violation of human rights, Mr. Speaker. And there is no reason why Mr. OWJANG was transported all the way from Migori to Nairobi just for a matter that was supposed to be civil and not criminal. Because, Mr. Speaker, if somebody is accused of libel or even of mudslinging somebody's name, that is civil, and the lawyers here can guide us, led by Senator Sifuna of Nairobi, that this particular young man should have been made to face civil charges, and Langat should have sued for damages, Mr. Speaker. We saw the parent to this particular young man crying because it was something that nobody would have thought could have happened. Mr. Speaker, the results of the autopsy are out, and the results are that this young man could not have hit his head against the wall. We have seen images of the body, Mr. Speaker, and I suspect that even the eyes have been gouged out because you can see clear injuries along the eyes, Mr. Speaker. And we are very sad this afternoon because this is proof that the sitting government, led by President William Ruto, Mr. Speaker, is increasingly becoming very intolerant, especially of young people. We must get to know through the committee what this government fears from young people. All the way from Jerry, who just made a platform where people were supposed to express their feelings about the budget, all the way again to Buteregaos, Mr. Speaker. And it is not lost on us what happened a few years ago at Langata Road Primary School, Mr. Speaker, where some young pupils were tear gassed when they were fighting against the grabbing of their playfield, Mr. Speaker. And so we must condemn this. And Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I want to say that the blood of Albert OWJANG, the blood of all the Gen Zs that have been killed by this government will haunt this government forever. And this government has a leader by the name William Ruto. He should come out and fire DIG Lagat, Mr. Speaker, before we proceed on anything else. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that must be taken very seriously, and the committee that comes should invite that OWJANG, that DIG Lagat, whether he will be in the...
Senator Osochi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me also to contribute to the statement by Senator Eddy and to say that clearly, Mr. Speaker, something is wrong with what happened to this young man, Albert OWJANG. And this country requires answers, because the postmortem that has been done so far, it indicates that this young man died out of neck compression, and those injuries were inflicted through torture. So we require to get proper answers from the police, and I also want to agree with the position that by now, instead of terminating the services of junior policemen, we want to see senior police officers, the Director General, the Deputy Director General, and even the Director General should resign or they should be fired by the President. Mr. Speaker, my party, where I am the Deputy Party Leader, we signed an MOU with UDA. One of the things we agreed was that we are not going to have abductions and killings like this one. Mr. Speaker, if we do not get proper answers from UDA side, we will consider this as a material breach of the MOU we have with the UDA. ODM, we are very serious about this. Mr. Speaker, I am talking as a Deputy Party Leader of ODM. We are a party that believes in protecting lives of Kenyans. And therefore, we want to see action from the UDA government on the issue of the Deputy Director General of Police by now he should not be in the office, because this young man was arrested because he had posted something against the DIG. Why is the DIG still in office? Why are you going for junior police officers, terminating their services, and their bosses are still there enjoying lunch and breakfast as our young man is decaying in the morgue? Mr. Speaker, this matter is very serious, and we call upon speedy action by not just the police, but the government through the president. Mr. Speaker, we are beginning to see the coming back of intolerance in this country. This cannot be allowed to go on, Mr. Speaker. I think we need answers, and the answers are supposed to come from the government. They are supposed to come from the police, and we cannot allow the police to mislead this country that the young man hit his head on the wall. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the injuries sustained by that.
Senator Boni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have to be serious. We are playing with fire. I was an adult when there was detention without trial. Detention without trial was a bad thing, but being killed in a police cell is worse than detention without trial. It reminds me, Mr. Speaker, of the impunity we saw when, Mr. Speaker, then Vice President Moi lied to the country that Josiah Mwangi Kariuki had traveled out of the country when they had killed him. The same impunity we saw the police tell the country that Dr. Robert Ouko had committed suicide when they had killed him. The same impunity, Mr. Speaker, that I saw in South Africa in 1977 when an intellectual, Steve Biko, was brutalized in a police station, and they faced the world and they told the world that the guy had died from starvation. The whole world woke up and moved against South Africa to stop apartheid. I'm asking that this matter be escalated to a level whereby we must bring fear in government for government to respect human life. Mr. Speaker, it is not enough to ask that the Deputy Inspector General resigns. We want the same speed which we saw when our colleague was killed last month. When arrests were made, we want Mr. Eliud Lagat to be arrested so that he can write a statement from a police station for it to be clearer to him that he has a responsibility. Mr. Speaker, the police officers who went to Migori and brought this boy from home to Nairobi so that Lagat could see him when they are slapping him around should equally be arrested. Why are they walking free? As far as I'm concerned, seeing the shape of that face, the guy could not possibly, would have wanted to hit the wall using the front of his head. It is only Parliament, Mr. Speaker, which can bring this to an end. We must protect our children. Members of Parliament in the National Assembly and here, that boy who is lying there is not in any way different from our own children. And it is this Parliament that will bring this to an end. It is too much, and the thing must escalate.
Senator for Kilifi County, Senator Mazayo.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, jambo la kwanza ni kwamba nasema pole kwa ile jamii ambayo imempoteza yule kijana Albert Ojwang. Zaidi sana tukiangalia tunaweza kumwambia pole sana baba yake ambaye alikuwa huyu ni mtoto wake alipekee wa kuzaliwa peke yake. na ambaye alikuwa baba yake alikuwa na nia ya kwamba mtoto wake atafaulu katika maisha, ndio sababu yeye akawa anafanya kazi ya mawe ya kuchimba na kukata mawe akiweza kumsomesha mtoto wake. Nampatia kongole huyo mzee kwa sababu alisomesha kijana, na kijana hakupoteza ndoto ya baba yake, akawa graduate. Lakini sasa baba yake anasema anataka kuletwa mbele ya huyu mtu anaitwa Lagat, apigwe risasi yeye sasa afariki. Huo ndio uchungu ambao baba yake anasikia saa hizi. Tunakemea sana kifo hichi. Cha pili kwamba huyu alikuwa kijana mdogo sana, na yule alikuwa kijana mdogo wa miaka 31. Yule msichana ni umri wa Metho hapa, Senator Metho. Yule kijana alioa kutoka Giriama huko kwetu. Bibi yake ni mtu ambaye sisi tunahusiana. Kwa hiyo kama alikufa yule, aliua shemegi yangu, na yule dadangu sasa atakuwa mjane na ako na mtoto wa mwaka mmoja.
Miezi 3.
Shame on this officer. Aibu kubwa sana ambayo imetokea katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Kama mimi ningekuwa rais saa hizi, ningekuwa nishafuta watu katika hiyo ofisi. Huyu hafai kuketi ndani ya hiyo ofisi hata dakika moja. Huyu mtu anaitwa Lagat, kwa sababu ameondoa maisha ya kijana mdogo ambaye alikuwa na future katika nchi hii. Na sisi hatutakubali hata kidogo kwamba ifichwe hichi kifo. Wanaanza kusema sasa kwa sababu yeye ni DIG, anafikiria anaweza kudanganya Wakenya wote. Anasema ati mtu alijigonga na ukuta alafu akaanguka chini akakufa. Kwani alikuwa anacheza mpira yeye huko ndani? Ukuta si mpira, ukuta ni ukuta. Na alafu ukuta hawezi kuua. Hakuna mtu alijigonga ndani ya police cell, otherwise pengine awe amejinyonga. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, sisi tunasema ya kwamba kitendo alichofanyiwa huyu na huyu jamaa ni hatua lazima ichukuliwe. Hawezi kutoa mtu kutoka huko, upite police station mengi, upite maeneo yote ya mapolisi mpaka umlete hapa Central uje kumbulia hapa ndani. Na hawezi kukataa.
Senator Ali Roba.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So that my brother Otsotsi understands this is not a matter of party. I stand here as the party leader of UDM to condemn this incident that has happened. It's the ugliest incident of the season. When you get a suspect reprimanded and put under police custody, being brutally murdered, and claimed that the suspect has hit his head on the wall, and there is no case of epilepsy or some issues to do with medical condition that this suspect has been suffering from or presumed to have been a prevailing condition. Mr. Speaker, sir, suspension of police officers is just the beginning. And I believe with conviction, as Ali Ibrahim Roba, myself, that there are people hell-bent in setting up the image of the president and setting up the president and spoiling the image of this president in this country. And it seems to be deliberate. The president must act swiftly to make sure that this protection happens. Unless somebody is gifted with thickness, how can you pick somebody, put the person behind bars, and kill the person and start telling the public that the person has hit his head on the wall? This is inconceivable. In this day, age and era, I do not believe it can be something that will have any angle to government position, but rather a complete setup by individuals who are hell-bent at spoiling the image of the president. Mr. Speaker, sir, we demand as Parliament, and I believe, just as my brother Senator Kalwale has said, only Parliament can objectively intervene and investigate this issue to logical conclusion. We want to demand a swift action. DCI must establish culpability, and they must pin it to an individual, not the issue of suspending individuals. That is PR exercise. We want a swift action. Otherwise, the people setting up the president should be unearthed, because the issue that is happening is an issue that is image spoiling. Unless, you know, there is a stupidity that cannot be quantified. You cannot do what you have done in a government with democracy like the government of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, no cover-up can be allowed. Justice must be served and justice delivered, and the nation is waiting. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is very disturbing. Disturbing, Mr. Speaker, because the question that I ask myself is, what happens if and when a police station becomes a scene of crime? And what happens, Mr. Speaker, if that crime is murder? What is it that we are supposed to do? Mr. Speaker, I hear people saying that we want justice for Albert Omondi Ojwang. But how does justice look for a young man killed in the hands of police officers? What is it that must be done for that young man, the lifeless body of Albert Omondi Ojwang, to receive justice? What exactly is it that, Mr. Speaker, must happen? Mr. Speaker, of late, our country is doing extremely, extremely badly in terms of insecurity. Mr. Speaker, in April, I saw the majority leader confronting the Inspector General of Police over some killings in Narok, in Barkoi. A few weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, 3 people were killed by police in the same area in Narok, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what is happening in our country in relation to security? What is it that needs to be fixed? That's a question that we should address ourselves to. Mr. Speaker, I'm here to say that, Mr. Speaker, this killing of this young man has capacity to throw this country into serious, serious anarchy if it is not handled properly. Remember, Mr. Speaker, what happened in Tunisia with Mohamed Bouaziz when he blew himself up outside Parliament? Just an act of one person brought about the Arab Spring in an entire region. Now, Speaker, I call upon the President on this matter. He must speak and speak with courage and determination. Heads must roll. He must reset the security apparatus in this country from the top to the bottom, Mr. Speaker. It cannot be that a person is arrested in...
Senator Cheranke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On my own behalf and on behalf of the great people of Nandi, allow me to pass my deepest condolences for this tragic death. Mr. Speaker, as my colleagues have said, even during era of detention without trial, no one was killed in police cell. Mr. Speaker, as a professional guest of the state on many occasions, and I've had privileges for spending nights in number of almost 5 police stations in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate. It is very sad, Mr. Speaker. The only place you should be safe is a police station. Mr. Speaker, heads must roll. I want to agree with my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, and you know on many occasions, I have raised that there is a problem with Ministry of Interior 1,000 times, Mr. Speaker. As we speak today, Mr. Speaker, Father Alois Cheruiyot Bet killers are not known. Father Maina killers are not known. Angata Baragoi, 6 people were buried without their killers being not known, Mr. Speaker. Angama Mara, even in Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker. I request the following, Mr. Speaker. And I agree with colleagues that there are people who are intended to sabotaging President William Ruto government. And is led by the Minister of Interior, who should take and resign, Mr. Speaker, and take personal political responsibility on this matter, Mr. Speaker. I request also that the Parliament Committee, Mr. Speaker, is very incompetent. And you know that incompetence, if you transfer from roads to lives, we lose lives, Mr. Speaker. We have lost a young man, 31-year-old, who had just married, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, they must be held accountable, Mr. Speaker. I request that the Parliament, through the national security, does inquest into unexplained deaths in this republic, Mr. Speaker, or form a judicial inquiry into the allegation of extrajudicial killings even from the last session up to this session, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be that as a Senate we are just sitting and allowing insecurity to thrive in this country. You go to Mombasa, Mr. Speaker, when you greet a buibui woman, you think she's a woman. Somebody has won a buibui with a machete. You think she is a beautiful lady. He's a man with a machete. And there are criminal gangs ruling Mombasa as we talk to. You go to Nakuru, Mr. Speaker, the gangs are playground. You go to Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker, and many other places, Mr. Speaker. I think it is a high time, and I want to appeal to the President, because he is a man who is very decisive. Heads must roll from the Minister of Interior, Inspector General of Police, and all his subordinates, including the OCS from Homa Bay, who gave out the link, Mr. Speaker, including Safaricom, who gives out the location of this suspect. Mr. Speaker, I remember when I want to be arrested, I left my phones in Kibos. The police went to look for me in Kibos, and I was in Eldoret, Mr. Speaker, sleeping.
Senator Oburu Odinga. Senator Oburu.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, this is a sad day for us in the Senate. Mr. Speaker, we are discussing the death of a young man who was the only son of his family. And Mr. Speaker, he has died in a police cell where people are supposed to run for safety. Mr. Speaker, where else do you go if not police station when you feel threatened by anybody? But Mr. Speaker, when you go to a police station and you are killed, Mr. Speaker, this is a very, very serious situation. Mr. Speaker, there's one time in this country where we used to have people who speak their minds. They are picked and you never see them. Sometimes, Mr. Speaker, they are picked and you see them in courts pleading guilty after being tortured in cells. Mr. Speaker, we have been struggling so that these things become thing of the past. And it is very sad, Mr. Speaker, when we see any injustice rearing its head again. Mr. Speaker, it is not the small boys. It must be the big boys who organize this kind of a thing. Me, I've never heard, Mr. Speaker, I've never heard that somebody can be charged for making somebody infamous. I don't know what a senior police officer, what type of fame a senior police officer wants to be. Where is he going with that fame? And Mr. Speaker, fame is something you can take to a civil court. Somebody does not have to be arrested and put in cell because he has made somebody infamous. Mr. Speaker, I have even seen in this country pictures where people are putting the president in the cells and they are never arrested, Mr. Speaker. Is this police officer even bigger than the president? Why can he not be arrested and interrogated, Mr. Speaker, if we don't tackle this particular case up to the end, Mr. Speaker? Kenyans will not believe us. Kenyans will not believe that even as leaders we are serious. Because I come from that region. What am I going to tell the people of Homa Bay when I go there? That we are in broad-based government. And I don't explain to them how their son was picked and then put in some police cell where there are many police cells, Mr. Speaker, on the way from Oyugis. From Oyugis, there is a police cell there in Oyugis, there's a police cell in Homa Bay, there's a police cell in Kisii, there's a police cell in Kisumu. There are so many police cells around there, Mr. Speaker. Why this particular police station?
Senator Murango.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika kwa nafasi ya kuongelea jambo la kusitikisha kuhusu kijana Albert Ojwang. Jambo la kushangaza mstahiki Spika, hata kama sisi ni wanasesere, hata kama kwa Kenya ni vikaragosi, hakuna venye tungeambia kwamba yule kijana alikuja akajipigisha ukuta hapa Nairobi. Kusema ya kwamba Homa Bay hakuna nyuta, hakuna ukuta. Ukuta alipata Nairobi na akakuja akapiga ukuta akafa. Mstahiki Spika, kivuli cha fimbo hakiwezi kuficha mtu jua. Na hata watu wajaribu kuficha hili jambo namna gani, lazima litakuja kutokea wazi. Juzi niliona ya kwamba maafisa wakuu katika idara ya polisi wakisema wale wandogo wao ndo walifanya hiyo kitendo. Lakini mstahiki Spika, samaki wote hunuka lakini walimshuku kambare. Kama kuna harufu, kama kuna mwozo, ni idara zima ya polisi kuanzia juu mpaka chini. Na kwa hivyo waisema kwamba wale wandogo peke yao ndo walifanya hii kitendo. Mstahiki Spika, tunaona kama ningekuwa ni mbwenyenye amewawa, kungekuwa na watu wa tayari wamekamatwa. Na kuna msemo moja wa Kiswahili unasema kwamba maskini hedi mkele, na hata angenda mkele akapakia jahazi mchele tele urudi na upele. Kifo cha Ojwang kinafaa kuwa venye hatua inachukuliwa wakati wandosi wanawawa. Hata huyu kijana nafaa kuangaliwa na mambo yake ichunguzwe. Lakini unajua mstahiki Spika, ukiona kesi inakaa sana katika kasri ya mfarume, ujue kwamba tajiri ana makosa. Hii kesi ya huyu kijana venye imekuwa ikizungushwa inaonekana kwamba kuna wandosi fulani ambao wako na makosa. Na tusifanye hili jambo likawa ni jambo la kisiasa mstahiki Spika. Lakini iko siku ukiona kivuli cha mtu mfupi kimeanza kuwa kirefu, jua kuna kucha ama ni machweo. Siku moja machweo itakuja kutufikia. Kwa hivyo ningeomba serikali, taasisi za usalama kuhakikisha kuvalia njuga swala hili, kuhakikisha ya kwamba Ojwang isiwe tu kwamba itakuwa ni takwimu ya mtu mwingine amepotea na hakuna kitu imefanyika. Asante sana mstahiki Spika.
Senator Mogeni.
Mr. Speaker, as we address Kenyans this afternoon, a post-mortem report that has just come out says the late Ojwang was killed due to neck compression, meaning he was squeezed with an intention of being killed. That he suffered soft tissue injuries spread all over the body, meaning a gun inside a police cell in the Republic of Kenya was used to murder this young boy. And then he had head injuries. The conclusion, Mr. Speaker, from 5 pathologists associate these injuries with external forces inflicted in keeping with assault. Mr. Speaker, you are a lawyer. Assault means, Mr. Speaker, that in the Republic of Kenya, we have police officers who arrest citizens, assault them, murder them, and we are behaving like it's normal. Speaking for 3 minutes in the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, this is a serious matter. This is a matter that can bring a revolution, Mr. Speaker. We cannot tolerate, Mr. Speaker, a situation, Mr. Speaker, where a government that is supposed to take care of citizens is watching as we murder innocent citizens in a police cell. Picture this. This young man is the sole child of aged parents. This young man is living behind a wife with a child who is 3 years and another one is 3 months, Mr. Speaker. If this cannot prick our conscience, what will, Mr. Speaker? We cannot allow this, Mr. Speaker. We get abused on social media every day, Mr. Speaker. I've even seen occasions where even the president himself, Mr. Speaker, has faced attack on social media, Mr. Speaker. But you don't react by murdering people, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm asking the Security Committee tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, tomorrow we need all heads of security agencies before this House, Mr. Speaker, for an explanation. If not, Mr. Speaker, we have no reason why we should speak as people who have been elected to represent the people. There cannot be a case like this, Mr. Speaker, in a country that is democratic, that is independent, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking with a lot of anger because I'm a father, Mr. Speaker. How would you feel if it was you, Senator? Picture yourself, your child being arrested all the way from Nyanza, brought to Nairobi and killed in a police station. If that had happened, Oburu Oginga, he will not be here, Mr. Speaker. Even Raila Odinga will not be alive today if successive governments behave the way we are behaving, Mr. Speaker. These are extraordinary times, Mr. Speaker. At the end of this statement, Mr. Speaker, we expect you to issue directive that
Senator Nyamu.
You've been given. Change your mind.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the images of that young man's father crying, holding a title deed that he had brought all the way to bail out his son are haunting this country. We cannot shake off those images. They keep recurring in our minds, Mr. Speaker. And you can imagine what is building up in Kenyans right now. What is shocking, Mr. Speaker, is that even after driving him 400 kilometers from Kisumu, he was not booked in the occurrence book, even as he lay in the cells. That in itself is a red flag that points at the intentions of the officers who arrested him. As we speak, police officers concerned have been indicted. What that means is that as much as they will not continue to carry out their duties, they will continue to earn half their salary. Mr. Speaker, that is dancing on the grave of that young man. We want those police officers implicated discontinued from police service immediately. We want them to take a plea. We want them to be charged. And the complainant, who is a DIG of police, we are very disappointed. We are embarrassed that you are so intolerant. Mr. Speaker, right now I am trending because I goofed, maybe, by politicizing the matter. I have been trolled, but I have not. I cannot fathom getting such anger to an extent of even trying to be vengeful with anyone who is trolling me, for example. Mr. Speaker, as a country, as my colleagues have said, we are treading very dangerously, and we want the president to take charge of this situation. He has committed time and again that he will protect the youth of this country and he will protect their future. We are watching. Mr. President, the country is watching. We want to see how you handle this matter because that is going to tell us a lot about you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.